Recently, I read a phenomenal article by David Ferris writing for The Week, where he talked about the fact that defeating Donald Trump is not enough to change the structure, to change what the Republican Party itself has actually become. Now, this is something I have seen others repeat this. We have said it plenty of times here on Ring of Fire. Other commentators have said it. Josh Holland has been talking about this for quite some time too. Chauncey DeVega has been talking about it. A lot of people we've had as guests on Ring of Fire. But we're all kind of telling you the same thing, folks. Donald Trump is not the cause of all of the problems within the Republican Party. He is merely the latest symptom to emerge. We have people like Mitch McConnell, who long before Trump was ever securing the nomination, was holding a Supreme Court seat vacant on the off chance that a Republican won that 2016 election. Paid off for McConnell, but that wasn't Donald Trump doing that. That wasn't because of Donald Trump that it was done. That was just good old Republican obstruction trying to circumvent the Constitution and the powers of the presidency. A couple weeks ago, as Ferris pointed out in The Week, you had Republicans in the state of North Carolina who on 9/11, when all the Democrats went to the 9/11 memorial, the Republicans went into Congress and essentially usurped power in that state. It's disgusting. We have seen Republicans all over this country long before Trump ever even decided to run for president, slashing school budgets, destroying teachers' unions, enacting these racist voting ID laws, committing voter purges, kicking people of color off the voting rolls because, oh, we thought you were a criminal, we thought you were a felon and therefore couldn't vote. This stuff has been going on long before Donald Trump, and it's going to be going on long after Donald Trump. Getting rid of Trump, which does seem to be the number one priority for a lot of Democrats out there, that's all they care about is who can beat Trump. Doesn't matter, folks. The question is who can beat the Republican Party? Who can change the way they are? Who can get them to come to the table, smack them across the face if you need to, but tell them to stop being the way you are? Nobody's going to do that. Nobody can do that, obviously. But something fundamentally has to change, has to shift within the Republican Party. And for those out there thinking that, well, yeah, it's just the old white guys that are the problem, can I direct you to my district right here in the state of Florida and introduce you to our representative, Matt Gaetz? Matt Gaetz is the youth of the Republican Party right now in Congress. And he's no different than Mitch McConnell. He's no different than Lindsey Graham or Jim Inhofe. Matt Gaetz is the future of the Republicans, and the future is even worse than the current incarnation of the Republican Party. Jim Jordan's out there doing the same kinds of crap that Matt Gaetz is. And there's tons of them. Dan Crenshaw, one of the worst of the worst. There is no future for the Republican Party. The only thing that could stop them is the new generation of voters who overwhelmingly are rejecting the ideologies of the Republican Party itself. And that's the only way to beat them. Not just get rid of their president, because that's just going to piss them off. Not saying we shouldn't do it, we 100% should, but that's not good enough. The voters have to show up. The voters in my district who are being harmed by Republican Party every day have to say, Matt Gaetz, you're out of here. We're going for the Democrat for the first time since the early 1960s. And maybe that'll make things better around this place. Same thing all over this country. You want to change the Republican Party? Then you got to vote the psychopaths out of office from the bottom of the ticket all the way to the top. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.